Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about mom guilt because let's be real, sometimes that can just feel really overwhelming. You lay there late at night, replaying the situation over and over in your mind, wondering if you've damaged your child for life. Be honest, I know you've been there, I've been there too, and it sucks. It is extremely exhausting. So we're gonna talk about why this guilt shows up for moms and how it's really connected to our past. I'm also going to share 3 practical ways that you can start to let go of that guilt. If you're new here, my name is KJ. I'm a parenting coach, a gentle parent, and most importantly, a cycle breaker. My goal is to help you break those cycles so you can stop reacting emotionally and start showing up with more intention, more calm, and more connection in your parenting. Before we dive in, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more tips and encouragement on your healing and reparenting journey. Okay, so what exactly is up with all of this mom guilt that we feel? We make a mistake, maybe we yell, slam a door, say something we regret, or just do something that we just instantly regret. We feel like terrible moms, and then we say things to ourselves like, I should have handled that better. I know better. I'm an awful mom. I'm ruining my child. These thoughts cause us to spiral down shame and guilt, and we're up all night worrying and replaying that situation in our head. We torture ourselves thinking, this is how I should have handled it. I could have done it this way. I could have said this. I should have done that. I understand this feeling all too well because I have had my own share of moments of spiraling in that shame and guilt after a tough parenting moment. According to research professor, speaker, and author Brené Brown, she defines guilt as an emotion that we experience when we fall short of our own expectations or standards. She also describes the feeling of remorse as a subset of guilt, of when we acknowledge that we've hurt someone else and then feel bad about it and we want to make it right again. In other words, feeling guilt does not mean you are a bad mom. It actually means you are a really good mom. It means you care and you love your child very much. We feel guilty when our actions don't align with our values, and feeling guilt is part of the cycle breaking journey. You are learning as you go and growing with each experience and each mistake that you make. Many of us grew up with love that felt conditional. We felt and received love when we were good or well behaved. And we experienced fear, shame, punishment, being ignored, being dismissed anytime we made a mistake or did something wrong. So we began to associate mistakes with failure, and it didn't feel safe. It makes sense that as an adult now, when you make a mistake, you're really hard on yourself because you were taught to do better, to be better. But on this healing journey, we don't need more criticism and judgment placed on ourselves. We get this enough in all other areas of our lives. The media, society, our friends, our family. We don't need to put it on ourselves too. Instead, we need to learn how to be more patient and more gentle with ourselves. Instead of seeing our mistakes as failure, we try to look at it as information, as data. We want to try and learn from it. This is why we take the time to reflect, but without judgment. The purpose when we do reflect is to try to understand ourselves better, try to understand why we reacted the way we did. Guilt can actually be a really helpful emotion to feel because it's like a little nudge to repair with our child. It's almost like an internal guide for us to prioritize our relationship with our children. What's not helpful for us is dwelling in shame. The problem with shame, again, according to Brené Brown, is that it focuses on the self rather than the behavior. So for example, instead of thinking, I did something bad, shame says, I am bad. Shame taps into a deeper part of us that feels flawed and unworthy of love. Unlike guilt, shame doesn't actually lead us or guide us towards positive change. Instead, it kind of encourages us to go inward and separate ourselves from others instead of reconnecting. To move out of the feeling of shame, what we really want to do is tap into our ability to empathize. We need to be able to take a moment to empathize with ourselves and acknowledge that we had a hard moment. Instead of thinking, I'm a terrible mom, I can't believe I did that. We tap into empathy and we shift our thoughts to say something like, I had a hard moment. That really hurt my feelings. It's okay that I felt angry. In fact, I had every right to feel angry over what happened. I am allowed to have hard moments too. I made a mistake and I'm learning. I don't have to do this perfectly. I am not a bad mom. I am a mom who is learning and growing. Now I want to share with you a few practical ways that can help you let go of that guilt in the moment. First, you can pause and reframe. The pause is there to remind you that you don't need to take action yet. You can simply sit or stand and just breathe. Breathe in through your nose deeply, hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale through your mouth very slowly. Remind yourself that you are safe just as you are, and that your child is safe just as they are, and that you'll be able to reconnect with them again soon. And then you want to shift your thoughts, especially if you are going down a shame spiral. So instead of thinking, I always mess this up, I'm ruining my child, reframe that thought to, that moment didn't go how I wanted, but I'm not going to let that mistake define me. I'm learning, my child is learning, and we'll be able to repair this together. Or instead of thinking, good moms don't yell, I am a failure of a mom, reframe that to, even gentle parents get triggered. Yelling doesn't make me a bad mom, it makes me human. What matters now is what I choose to do next. Second is to take that time and repair with your child. This is your chance to make it right, to model what it means to own your actions and take accountability for your mistakes. When you and your child are ready and you've both had a chance to calm yourselves down, have that conversation. Show your child what it looks like to apologize for your mistakes. You can say, I got really upset earlier. I'm really sorry I yelled. You didn't deserve that. I didn't make the right choice then, but I'm gonna work really hard to learn how to calm myself more in the moment so that I don't yell at you again like that. I'm really sorry. Can we try our conversation again? This not only teaches your child what it's like to be on the receiving end of a genuine and authentic apology, but it also teaches them that all relationships can experience conflict at times, but in healthy relationships, conflict is resolved with respectful communication. And finally, offer yourself the same compassion you would offer a friend. Imagine that it was a friend of yours that came to you who told you that they thought they were a terrible mom for what they did. What would you say to them? Would you confirm their beliefs? Would you say, yeah, that was pretty bad. I feel really sorry for your child that they have you for a mom. You would never say that to them, so don't say it to yourself. What would you say to them instead? You'd probably say something like, hey, we all make mistakes. We're human. Your child isn't damaged. They are so lucky to have you, that you care so much about them that this is hurting you too. You are an amazing mom. You are learning and you guys will be able to make it right. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, even the gentlest of moms. What matters most is how you respond afterwards. When you can learn to release the guilt, you can free yourself to really show up as the mom you want to be. Because nothing will stand in your way, not even that mistake. You'll be able to remember what the priority really is, and that is the relationship that you have with your child. Mistakes are there so that we can learn from them. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below what resonated with you the most. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.